Thank you, everyone, and good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's a great day to be in DeKalb County today. It's a great day to be a DeKalb County employee. My name is Colet Odenigbo. I'm the DeKalb County Juvenile Court Administrator. It is my pleasure to welcome our CEO to our wonderful facility today. My job is about 25 seconds, just to welcome our special guest and say welcome to this great initiative. And I'm going to be calling on our Chief Judge, Judge Vincent Crawford, to bring his remarks. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm reminded of a speech President Obama gave while he was in office, and he indicated that our young people needed to understand several things. That number one, we're living in a global economy now, and you're going to be paid based on what you know. Not what you think you know, but what you know. And that you have to have a piece of paper that you can put on a wall saying that you know something. You got to be certified in something, have a diploma in something. So being reminded of that, this grant is special for us because it's a first step for some of our young people towards that opportunity of earning some kind of certification that they're good at something. We are one of two counties that received this grant. Bibb County is the only other county that received this grant. It's for $1.1 million over a 3-year period. We plan to use every dime of it. But I also would like to give special thanks to Ms. Fields, who was our former grant writer. She is here somewhere. Ms. Samia Fields, and also to Judge Haynes, our previous chief judge, who also were very much so a major factor in us getting this grant. This grant will help us constructively engage our youth in apprenticeships, internships, mentoring, and acquiring some kind of work experience while receiving stipends. So we'll be able to partner with several of our communities here, our partners in the community, businesses, and permit our young people to be able to intern and be able to harness those skills that they actually get from any certification that they may acquire. It will also allow us to expand our opportunity to maximize our delivery of services to our community and helping them actually transition into the community as employees and as taxpayers. So we're looking forward to that, and we're also looking forward to the collaboration between the Solicitor's Office, and you will hear from Solicitor-Stribling in a minute. And we also would like to thank the Board of Commissioners, because the second part of this is that they have to accept the money. So we have Commissioner Johnson. We thank the Board of Commissioners for saying yes. We trust that the DeKalb County Juvenile Court will be able to implement and carry out this grant, and we appreciate that confidence that they have in us. We will be working with Workforce Development. We will be working with DeKalb Human Resources, and also our staff here at Juvenile Court. We have an incredible probation department. We have an incredible court administrative office and our program managers here, and they're going to work diligently with this grant. And so I just want to say to the DeKalb County Juvenile Court employees, give yourselves a hand, because finally it's going to provide the additional tools we need as judges. As you know, we are a place of redirecting behavior and offering tools to redirect behavior. I often tell parents, we don't have as judges no magic wand to change your child. What we will do is offer the tools that will assist in your child changing or helping your family change. But you have to want to make those changes. And so this is going to be very instrumental in giving our young people that first step and receiving some kind of certification in something. The second step is being employed. And the third step, you would appreciate, CEO Thurmond, is that they become taxpayers. And based off of them being employed, being able to be in our county and be productive citizens, contributing something to the community. So at this point, we'll bring up our solicitor, Commissioner, Solicitor-General.
Yes, sir. Before I speak, let me offer the opportunity to introduce to some of you, but certainly reintroduce to many of you, our Commissioner Larry Johnson, if you'll just come up and speak for just a moment. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Truly, this is a great day for YouthBuild, for our juvenile court system. I remember back in the day when we got YouthBuild was here a couple of years ago when I first started. And I was wondering, why did we discontinue a project like that? What can we do? Like our judge talked about, the tools that are available to empower, to help folks succeed, and that this is not a place where we're throwing people away. This is a place where we're giving you a hand up to move forward. And so this collaboration, that the Board of Commissioners, we're glad to be a part, and we're gonna approve it because well, half of us want it, half of us don't want it. But this is an opportunity for our juvenile court to be a resource and be an asset to making things happen. There's a case while Healy wrote word that says Maji, which is a bridge over troubled waters. This is an opportunity for us to be a bridge to bring communities together, youth, parents, and like you said, to finally make them a contributor to our society. And so I'm looking forward to making that happen, and thank our CEO, because he's sitting over here quiet, but without a transformational leader, I tell people it's called the law of attraction. You attract what you bring in. If you're about positivity, if you're about empowerment, if you're about making sure our community is great, we're going to get good grants like this because we have a leader like our CEO and solicitor who are making sure that we're just not locking people up. We're giving people a good hand forward. So thank you for being, I'm here for the representative commissioners, and we appreciate this. And I'll bring up our solicitor to come back up, who is no stranger to us, who has hit the ground running in terms of not only working with our juvenile issues, but she has helped me so much in code enforcement. Thank God for that. And she grew up here, and she's Southwest DeKalb graduate. It's just so much to have people who are empowered to succeed, and our solicitor is doing that. So give her a great hand.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for having me here, and certainly thank you to Judge Crawford for allowing us to be here for this. It's a really good day. It feels really good. And what we know is that the work that is done in juvenile court always extends to our office. One of the questions I was asked was, well, what is your involvement now with juvenile court? And I said, well, if a child comes through juvenile court and when they walk out and they become an adult, do you think that some of those behaviors stop? What happens next? And my office is in charge of prosecuting the misdemeanors that happen in this county. And so we may see them on the first time they've gotten in trouble, or we may have seen them after they've had some troubles in juvenile court. And so if at any point in time, my office has the ability to provide wraparound services, to extend an opportunity, to engage with these youth, to continue the process the juvenile court has already begun, then it's our job. And so that's why we're here today. And that's why we're excited about this partnership and collaboration. Because I think we fail when we don't see what happens when a child leaves court. And so our goal here is to continue your hard work, to ensure that we provide services, to ensure that we connect, to ensure that we collaborate, to ensure that we continue the process that's begun here. We recognize, and it's funny because this is called YouthBuild, but this goes all the way up to 24 years old. Yes. 24 years old. And what we can do and what we can engage with young people between the ages of, sitting in our office, 17 and 24, is phenomenal. So I look forward to it. I thank you again for allowing us to be a part of this. I certainly thank Samia for working for you guys at first and then coming to work with me.
She got us the money.
That's right, though. And she still works here in DeKalb County. So it is such an honor, and I thank you again.
And now we'll have our great leader, Michael Thurmond, our DeKalb County CEO.
Good afternoon. First of all, I want to thank the Chief Judge for inviting me over today. I'm honored and privileged to be here with Judge Haynes, Judge Piegler, all the men and women who work every day on behalf of our young people here in DeKalb County to make sure that every child has an opportunity to fulfill his or her dreams, hopes, and ambitions. You all are the ones who stand in the gap for our youth on an ongoing basis, and I thank you for it. And you employed for DeKalb, but really you're doing God's work. You really are. And let's give yourselves and all of you all a round of applause. Thank you so much, judges. Thank you so much. Delighted to be with my colleague, Larry Johnson, who works every day to ensure that our community is represented in a way that brings hope and brings inspiration, particularly to young people. I see him. I see this commission on an ongoing basis, and I say it sometimes jokingly, he's the hardest working man in politics in DeKalb County. He just is, and thank you so much, Commissioner Johnson. And I've known our Solicitor-General since she was a little girl. That's just how old I am. And so proud of her. I admire her and her integrity, her leadership, her talent, and she represents us well. And you know, Judge, when I was thinking about this, I'm really channeling not CEO today, but once upon a time I was a labor commissioner here in the state of Georgia. And we had youth programs, and one of the things I would always tell the youth is there is dignity in work. And we underestimate the value of honest labor, right? And I've talked to the commissioners, you know, we sponsor some youth programs in the summer. But one thing we are committed to, that the drug dealers and the gangbangers and the pimps and the pushers can't be the only one recruiting our young people for work. We can't allow that to happen. This will be a fight for our children and for the future of DeKalb and the future of our nation. I thank you, Judge Crawford, for your vision and for your commitment to not give up on our young folk. And you know, we all sit around the dinner table. You got friends and I have friends, and we watch the 6 o'clock news. And invariably what we say is somebody ought to do something about these young folk. Right? See a kid, but somebody ought to do something. Y'all are the somebodies who not just saying it, but doing it. And you won't save every child. And I know that's a heartbreak when you're in this business that we're in, whether it's social services and particularly dealing with youth. We want to save every child, but you can't do it. But the good book teaches all people of goodwill and helps us understand that you can't always be successful. But what the good Lord is wants you to always try to be successful. And if you save one child's life, most people would count that a unique blessing. You all have saved tens of thousands of lives. And you see those children who came and sat in your offices, who sat in your courts, who are adults now, who reform their ways. And even though they may not say thank you on the day of the hearing, 10 years later, you've seen them, haven't you? That's a powerful testament to what you do and what YouthBuild is all about. And I'm in awe. And I thank you. And we will continue with Commissioner Johnson and the county commissioner. We're going to continue to support your efforts. We're going to continue to put a few little raises in the paycheck every year. Y'all can applaud. Come on. We do that. Amen. All right. And Commissioner Johnson, we announced today, this is a young group, but for those who getting towards retirement age, we announced today for the first time in 15 years, a 2% cost of living adjustment for those who might be retired one day. Is that good? And y'all know senior citizens is anybody 55 years of age or older. His brother like, wait a minute, that's me. Yeah. Thank y'all so much. God bless you.
Well, again, on behalf of the juvenile court judges and the staff here at Juvenile Court, we'd like to thank you all for coming out for the press conference. We look forward to working with the community and working with our partners and fulfilling our obligations under this grant. And let me say this to you. I told a police officer once, and going back to what our CEO said, he came up and he said, I got some warrants and it's for redan, and he said, well, you know, it's redan. And I said, well, what does that mean?
Come on, Judge.
What does that mean? So I got off the bench and I called a friend of mine who was a teacher over at redan. And I said, well, let me come over there and talk with you. I want to find out what's going on. And he said, well, I tell you what, come on over here. I'm running a program called the Men of Redan. So I said, sure, I'll come to one of the meetings. So I go to this meeting, and there are 50 young men sitting there with ties on, all with a GPA of 3.0 and higher. So 2 warrants versus 50 young men with 3.0s.
Wow.
And all ready and suitable to go to college. We formed a mock trial team. Those out of that mock trial team, I have 2 young men. One of them went to Duke, full scholarship, on a Gates scholarship. Went to law school with honors. He graduated undergrad and law school with honors. The second young man graduated from undergrad from Mercer University, and then went on to law school and graduated from law school with honors as well. Both of those young men are attorneys from DeKalb County and Redan High School.
Wow.
So I say that to say this. You can be dismayed with 2,
Come on.
or have hope in 2. And I chose hope, and hope succeeded. And that's what I want you all to do, okay? All right. Thank you all. Some of our community partners are here. So who are some of our community partners? Are you here? Would you please stand? And these are the people that do the hard work. All right? These are the people that make our GED program and all of our other programs successful, because they actually deal with the problem. We do the referral. They deal with the problem. So thank you all so much for coming, and have a great day.